to go out and look at nature. Things in nature would be things like plants and birds and animals and rocks and streams. So if you do some things in nature, I want you to send me some pictures. I would love to see it. Also, just so parents know, I'm going to keep our Facebook up so that you can send me pictures and I'll put them on Facebook for sure for the next few weeks till school's out. And you can continue working on the website, and the website will be up maybe throughout the summer. I haven't heard that we have to take it down. So that is really good to know. And let's see, I have a couple of announcements. There's going to be some surprises. So watch your email, parents. There'll be some things coming this week that will be really cool for you and your kids to watch. I'm excited about that. And you'll be hearing more and probably have about picking up the end of the year things for your child. Also, Miss Callie asked me to ask the people that have been doing the reading program through her program to send me pictures if you have finished your bookmark for reading the different books, and then I will get that to you and she'll get you a certificate. So that'll be great. While we're starting, I thought maybe we'd start with the Slippery Fish song. I'm not going to do it with music because sometimes that's a problem, but let's just do it together. Let's see your slippery fish. Just like this. Here we go. Slippery fish, sliding through the water. Slippery fish, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no, it's been eaten by an, now you have to make an octopus. You can do it this way. Yeah. Octopus, octopus, squiggling through the water. Octopus, octopus, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no, it's been eaten by a, two hands, tuna fish, flashing through the water. Tuna fish, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no, it's been eaten by a, now put your fin up, you're a great white shark. Great white shark, lurking in the water. Great white shark, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no, it's been eaten by a humongous whale, spouting in the water. Humongous whale, gulp, 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 burp. Pardon me. Remember what pardon me means? It means excuse me. He had to say that because he burped, didn't he? Yeah, and before we get started with our story, I wanted to show you my sunflower plants. Look at, this one's getting bigger. This one is leaning over, it's getting bigger. I'm putting them outside this week. There are more leaves. Do you see where the first leaves were up at the top? Now we have another set of leaves. And we'll just have to see if my sunflowers grow. Remember, I planted 5 of them, but only 3 grew. So we'll just have to see. I'm going to plant them outside my house in a nice sunny spot and see if they grow. Well, I bet lots of you are brothers or sisters, aren't you? And this book is called Maple and Willow Together. And Maple and Willow are little sisters. And one of them is bigger than the other. And you know what happens? Sometimes big sisters are bossy, aren't they, to little sisters or brothers? Yeah. And sometimes little sisters or brothers bother their big sisters or brothers. So we're going to find out, and when we're reading the book, check and see how they bother each other or how they solve their problems. Because guess what? In all of life, we have to solve problems, don't we? There's lots of problems right now. Our whole country is trying to figure out how to solve the problem of this big virus that's been going around. And we've been having to stay home to be safe, which is good. And even though I miss you a lot, I'm glad you're all safe. And so let's find out how Willow and Maple solve their problems. Maple and her little sister Willow were always together. And that's what I was thinking of, that you are maybe always with your brother or sister right now because you're home. Yeah, and they were always together too. It was hard to remember a time when the girls weren't together. In fact, their parents even wondered if the girls had their own language, and in a way they did. So Maple, the big sister, said, "Usne," and Willow, the little sister, said, "Ufnoy." They did have their own language. Those aren't really words, are they? They spent mornings together. Let's see what they're doing. They're coloring, they're reading books, and I think maybe they're eating breakfast on that page. All right. And they spent most nights together. Even though they had their own beds, I think maybe they like to sleep together. And maybe you like to sleep with your brother or sister too. On sunny days, the girls looked for heart-shaped rocks. And they built fairy houses and they caught grasshoppers. That sounds kind of fun, and that's nature, isn't it? Lots of nature things. Then they love to play hide and seek. So here's Maple hiding under that willow tree, and here's Willow counting. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Guess what? She forgot something. But Maple didn't like the way Willow counted, so Maple did it herself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She thought that maybe her sister missed a number, and I think she did. When it rained, Maple would chirp, "I'm in charge of the umbrella." And that was okay with Willow because she was in charge of the puddles. I like that. Jumping in puddles is fun when it's warm and you have good boots on. The puddles brought out worms. Maple and Willow both loved worms. Maple kept her worms in a special box. It was her box. But that was okay with Willow because Willow liked her worms to crawl all over her fingers. They're sisters, but they like to do different things sometimes, don't they? One day, Maple decided they should look for dandelions. Now, I want you to look at those dandelions. And are they the yellow part? I don't think so. I think they're the fluffy part. Willow wanted to blow on them in the wind. She blew on them and then they would fly all over. But Maple wanted to collect the dandelions, not blow them. Now they have a problem. They're disagreeing, aren't they? So what will they do? Oh boy. That's when Willow decided to show Maple a thing or two. And Maple decided to tell Willow a thing or two. she blew the dandelion right in her sister's face. And she yelled at her little sister. Uh-oh. And then Willow took it out on Maple's toy. And she used her special word, Adme, Adme, Adme. And look at, she's stomping on her sister's toy. That sounds like a big problem is happening. And then Maple took it out on Willow. Oh, nay, she yelled at her and she pushed her. And look, now they're both crying. Neither sister wanted to be together ever again. Oh dear, that's a long time. They must have been feeling really angry and frustrated with each other. That happens sometimes. The girls were separated and sent to their own rooms. So let's see, here's Maple and here's Willow. They're right across the hall from each other. But after a while, it got boring in their rooms. So Maple slipped something over to Willow, and Willow slipped something over to Maple. Maybe they're not angry anymore. Did they get over it? Mm-hmm. The girls met halfway, and they were together once again, and they couldn't wait to run back outside into nature. Mm-hmm. And this time, when Maple and Willow collected dandelions, they both made wishes and blew them to the wind. Now they're cooperating, or sometimes I call it doing teamwork. Teamwork is a good idea, isn't it? So they're working together and they're having a lot more fun, aren't they? Yeah. That evening, they took a bath and they put on their pajamas and they hopped like grasshoppers and they read more books. They were very busy that evening. And then they fell asleep together. All right. So remember the problem that they had to solve was that they wanted to do different things. And one of the ways we solve problems is if we give ourselves a little time alone. Sometimes then we forget that we were frustrated. Another idea is to talk it out, right? And find out what your friend wants or your sister or brother and talk it out and make a fair plan. And you can always ask a big person like a parent or a teacher to help you. And that's a good idea. That was great. I wanted to mention we have one birthday coming up left in May, and that is for Shay. And Shay is going to be 4 years old. So let's sing for Shay.
Whose birthday
is Shay?
Push the star button to light the candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oops, I did 5.
5
I only
candles.
needed 4. That's okay. We'll sing. All right, you can clap. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shay. Happy birthday to you. I'm going to blow them out. Oh, I got it right away. Yay. Happy, happy birthday, Shay. That is great. Now we're going to turn off the recording and you guys